And we're back on Open Your Eyes this morning. It's Thursday. I'm filling in for Marlene Cuellar here with Miss Jamie Rock and two of my former colleagues from NICH. Welcome Karen Vernon and Ilona Smiling. We're here to talk about one of the big events and really one of the first events that kicks off the cultural season, if you will, the cultural year in Belize, and that is the Street Art Festival coming up in February. But things are underway, things are in motion, getting ready for the festival. And I wanted to just give people an overview of, again, the dates, what happens at Street Art, and who, if you've never been, why should you come? Karen.
Okay, thanks for having us, first of all. Yeah. Street Art Festival, this is our 7th edition. And it always takes place on the last Saturday in February. This year it falls on the 25th. So mark that date on your calendar to be sure to come out on Albert Street. It's a fun event, arts and culture. We give artists a platform to showcase their talents. So, you know, there are vendor booths, there's a food court, a kids zone, there's a youth stage, a main stage, a sidewalk, chalk competition. It's just intense, packed into Albert Street from Belize Bank all the way down to Wesley Church. And
to actually attend, it's free. You don't really pay.
It's a free event.
So no excuses for saying, oh, I'm a little short on cash, it's the end of the month.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get out there, you might save a few dollars for some food, but to get there is free and to enjoy it is free. And you're here because we're wanting to get artists to know that they should be registering to get their booths, vendors, other participants. Tell us a little bit about what people need to do if they want to be part of street art.
Okay, we've already have people signing up. The food court, the capacity is, I think it's 20 booths, and I think we're more than halfway there already. The food court will be in the park.
Wonderful.
So, you know, the booths will be set up, and in the center there will be tables and chairs.
I can almost smell
exactly
it already.
What will I eat? You know, and you can go around and pick, choose, and refuse, or try from different people.
That's right.
You know exactly what you want. But you know, there will be a area in the center where we have tables and chairs where people can, you know, buy their food and sit down and, you know, enjoy your meal, and then, you know, you walk around and visit the artist booths. There will be people selling jewelry, painters, photography, sculptures, you name it, and, you know, people are out there. And to apply, there's an application. You can send me an email, send me a Facebook message. Our Facebook page is Street Art Festival, or you can come to the Bliss and pick one up.
I just want to jump in a little bit. It's obvious why people should attend the Street Art Festival, but tell us a little bit about the reception. You can talk about, because I know that, Ilona, you work at the museum, but you love it so much that you participate and you help with the planning and everything. But tell us a little bit about the feedback from the public when they come to the Street Art Festival, if they give you feedback on the things that they want to see, what they really enjoy. I'm sure that the chalk competition is probably maybe I don't know, I'm just guessing, a product of that feedback. I don't know.
Yeah, it certainly is. The one comment is, why don't you guys have this more than once a year? Okay. Which, I mean, you know, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know, we get comments and suggestions from people which we definitely use, and the chalk competition was one of I think it came up 2 years after. This is the 5th year, and Ilona is in charge of the sidewalk chalk competition, which is very popular. You know, there is a limited space for that,
right.
So.
So you were saying that there are different age groups, and this is certainly something that cross-generational, big brothers and big sisters, little sisters, parents can be involved in, and it's not every event in life that you can really say is a true family event, but this is one of the first ones on NICH's calendar for the year. Tell us, Ilona, about the chalk art. Sidewalk chalk. All right, say that fast.
I love saying that.
Part of it. What does it consist of, and how do you get involved?
Okay, well, yeah, you sign up, of course. The applications are going to go out this Monday. We just ask that you send us a photo of what you're going to do beforehand, so we know that it's appropriate for the, yeah, it's PG.
PG or G.
Yeah, PG or G. And the competition has been one of the highlights of the Street Art Festival. I'm not going to lie, I hear it all the time. People can't wait to see it, and even on the day you have people walking up and down. And sometimes I have to tell them, give the artist a little space.
Where will the competition take place?
It is right behind Belize Bank.
Okay,
there's a street behind Belize Bank and Battlefield Park. So that's where we've always been. And we provide the chalk. If you want to bring something extra, that's fine, as long as it's chalk.
And it's washable.
Yeah, please don't bring
spray
paint.
paint.
Yeah, nothing like that. So we definitely provide it for the artists. And like I said, we have 3 groups, 18 and over. We have 13 to 17 and 12 and under. For the 12 and under, they go in groups, 3 to a group. And to me, seeing the kids, the artwork that they make, that is one of the best things ever. Sometimes it's better than the 18 and over. No offense, guys.
I think it's interesting that that for that age group, it's the collaboration part, and also to know that it's not something where you're just going to show up and say, let's see what I can create. They have to put some thought into it, not only in the application process, but working as a team. And I imagine there's a time limit on how long they can draw.
The competition starts at 2, but I always give them the hours before 2 o'clock to come and do the outline for anyone. And at 2 o'clock we stop. And that's when the competition starts until 5, and it gives the judges time to evaluate their work.
So they have 3 hours to complete their vision.
Yes.
And I suppose you give them a certain space. They have a restricted space.
We
to
do.
Work in.
I go early in the morning, make sure that the street is clean, and I section off everything so that everyone has an even box. And yeah, you're right. The collaboration between the kids is amazing. I must say, like, everybody works in their little corner. I've never been to a competition where I hear the kids arguing, like
someone's trying to get over into
never. Sometimes I see one kid painting using the chalk, like let's say they're using pink, and they're like, my paint chalk is finished, and one jumps up, don't worry, I'll get it.
Oh,
it's
that's
like
nice.
Teamwork. I love it.
So are there prizes for this, or is it mostly just about being artists?
Yes, we do have prizes. We only give away the first and second prize. We're still finalizing that. So it's first and second for all the groups.
That's
and
wonderful.
This year we're also hoping to do one big competition. I keep that secret until further notice. But
You sound
I think
like
that
Donald
would be.
Trump.
Oh my no!
I'm kidding. I don't like secrets. I don't
You went there.
It's a good secret. It's a good secret.
We just have to get permission first.
Karen, about the artist booths, what types of art? Is it across the board, across the country? What can we be looking for among the artists?
It's both across the board, across the country. We have artists coming from Orange Walk, West Benke and Cayo, in both performing arts and visual arts, because they'll be on the streets. People who make jewelry. We have a lady that always comes from San Pedro, Placencia. So it's all people from all over. So it's wide open. We have bamboo furniture. It's soaps. I think Rebecca Sturm is coming this year with her bags.
Fashion. Wow.
So and there also be a fashion segment. So there's a kids zone. This year we'll have puppet theater, and the kids zone is always exciting. They have a kite workshop where you go on into this booth, and there's a guy who teaches the kids to make a kite. Wow. So they actually walk away with a kite. And of course,
that's an art form in itself.
Exactly.
And the kids can actually use it once they make their
that's always exciting. There's face painting. There's a youth stage which Joseph Stamp is in charge of.
Excellent.
So I haven't gotten any feedback from him as to exactly who will be performing, but he always have competitions, rap competitions, dance competition, and then he does a big drama presentation at the end of the evening.
So generally a packed day from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So again, that family element, it's a great time to bring your family out for a really wholesome day.
Exactly.
Anything else we should know about something new or different that's happening this year, or that you want people to know about?
Yes, we have a Mexican artist who does murals, and he'll be doing one. We were looking for a spot yesterday. We walked down Albert Street, and we found a couple that we have to get permission from the owners of the building to do a huge mural on one of the walls. So.
And that's an art form itself, and we're beginning to see murals. Professional grade artist murals popping up around the country.
Exactly. It beautifies the place.
It beautifies the place. It doesn't cost much, and it really brings out the creativity.
Yeah.
I always go back to the one at Department of Youth Services that
gorgeous.
PSAT students did as an example of something that's really amazing.
So, you know, while he's doing this, you know, he could have students along with him. So it will be a hands-on workshop for the students as well. And on our main stage, we'll have the La Rubia band performing as the highlighter for. So
sights, sounds, tastes, something for all the senses.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
Something for everyone.
You know, it's also a good time to reflect on the state of art in our country, and I feel like it's a blossoming time. Karen, from your perspective, you are intricately involved with this scene. What are you seeing that gives you optimism about our art scene in general?
The youth, the young people, interesting and excited about, you know, the art and their art form and what's happening, and putting stuff out there and getting professional about it. Like, I got a contract from one of the entertainers, and I was very impressed. Like, wow,
a contract.
Exactly. You know,
it's no longer just show up and you'll be on stage. That's wonderful.
So, you know, the professionalism behind all this, you know, we're getting there step by step, but we're getting there.
I kind of want to get back into the sidewalk chalk competition just a little bit for the persons who might be interested in, maybe this is their first time they're hearing about the competition and they want to join in on the really good fun chalk fun. What would you say to encourage them to take part?
Just come out and try. There's no wrong or right when you're doing the chalk competition. Everyone leaves with something, even if you don't win first or second. It's a form of release for any artist, because I do designate an area for when people just want to come and just use the sidewalk. We give them chalk and they come and they create whatever they want, and they look at it and they're like, I did that. I did that. So yeah, it's not always about winning. It's about creating art. And even if it's your first time, just come out, and I encourage you to come out and do it, you know, just to say that I did it, like that's my one, you know.
And the only restriction is that it needs to be PG.
Or
yes.
Or G.
It needs to be PG or G, please.
And so when the art is complete, I imagine you take photographs so you can capture
yes,
these,
we
because
do.
When the rain comes and
it washes it away.
But that's a really interesting thing about chalk art, I think, because it is in the moment and it can be gone, but in that moment you've created something
beautiful.
And their photos.
And the photos
and
keep
somebody suggested there's something that we can spray on.
Oh, to preserve it for a bit longer.
Excellent. So yeah, I hate to see it just wash away so quickly.
That's right. So just to recap, for people who are interested in being vendors, you have spots for about 20 food vendors, and you're already getting those registrations, so they would need to contact you to make sure they get in if they want. For the artists who want to set up booths, do they also have to register? How many booths do you think you'll have room for?
We have about 45 booths total. I think we're maybe a quarter way there, and you know, people are signing up. I've contacted artists who participated already. Most of them are coming back. So you know, we're also looking for new people to come out. So they can email
ecut@nichbelize.org.
Yes.
And that's an easy one to remember. Stop by the Bliss or call.
Our Facebook page.
Or Facebook.
Street Art Festival.
And there's a limitation on how many people can enter the competition?
Yes, 30 people max. So it's first come, first serve.
And again, those different age categories. So, so that's also something to keep in mind. And you know, even if you're nervous and you're not sure, do it. At least register and get yourself in there, and the rest will come. I think so. Well, this is wonderful, and we're looking forward to it. It's not much more than a month away, so coming up pretty quickly. Karen and Ilona, thank you for coming by to talk about street art. It's going to, imagine it's going to be huge. So we're very excited. Thousands of people. It's growing every year. If you haven't been, this might be your year. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to take a break now, and when we come back, we're continuing with this theme of art, and I'm hoping to learn something.
Me too.
Mr. Perdomo from JC is going to come and talk about drawing and maybe give us a few pointers, because
teach we for drawing.
Yeah, because I'm sorely in need of some help. I wouldn't even try the chalk art this year. I would need a little more time to prep, I think. So thank you. Come back after the break with Open Your Eyes.